Hi, welcome to Pixie's Projects. Today we're doing something a little different. It's a color with me, so that means I'll be doing it in real time, and you can follow along at home if you want to. But I'm also doing it as a buddy color with Sarah from Louise Colouring 41. We've been chatting a lot lately and getting to know each other, and we thought it would be really fun to do a buddy color and answer some questions to each other so that we could learn a little more about each other. I'm going to say each other again. But I had done originally a while ago, Hi, I'm Pixie, I think was the name of it. I will link it in the description. I did a video just like describing what I wanted my channel to be and talking a little bit about myself. And some of these questions are answered in there, so you can go back and check that out. But more to the point of this, doing these questions here and now is kind of like just me and Sarah having a chat on each of our channels. She's going to be doing the same video. It's going to be released at the same time. So you can check both out. You can color along with one of us or both of us or take bits and pieces from each. It was just a fun little idea. It's more for us to enjoy it, and I'm hoping other people also enjoy it as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. So as you can see on my desk, there's a pile of stuff. I did not put down a mat or anything because there's so much going on here. So I prepped a little bit before I started. I'll have to admit that. And I've gotten my water cup. I have gotten out my Jane Davenport's Brights palette. And I'm using, yes, you're in frame. Okay, Mystic, Royal, and ink from this one. And I also have my neutrals palette because I need the black because I'm going to make it a little darker. So those are off to the side, and I have my paintbrush, and I have a couple other things. So I normally like to play with backgrounds before I decide on one. So I had done these three, and to anybody who's eco-conscious, these will be reused. I will draw on them, and they will be postcards and will be sent to friends. But I've decided on the technique I used on the pink one, where I just did splotches of color. I'm going to do that. But I'm going to use these colors, which are Ink, Royal, and Mystic. And I'm going to add black into it just to darken them up a bit because I think I want them a little darker. So there's an idea where we're headed. I am definitely going to be doing the background today. I have my journal out here, which isn't useful for what we're doing, except the page is in the front of the book. And so here, let me take it out from underneath. So it stays open, but this page is coming into this page, and I would prefer to lift it up so that the inside edge of my book is flat, so because I'm using watercolors. Okay, so I'm just going to lay this underneath so that it gives it some lift. I'm going to move everything over so you have enough room to see. And the page we are doing is this ring. And what is going on here is I have washi tape that I had put on my pants and taken it off repeatedly so that it would lose some of the tackiness. And I have that right down on the crease of the book so that no ink or no watercolor flies over to the other side. I also prepped my paper with gesso, and it's all along here. It is not inside the ring because I will be coloring the ring with pencils, and if you have the gesso, you can hear it has like a texture. It'll eat my pencils, and I'm not into it. So I want to move you up a little more, but once you're up there, you're out of frame for me. So I'm going to do my best to stay within the frame. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so let's just get started. This, I think, is probably how I'm going to leave the book. Oh, and I don't think I said it. I pre-wet every one of my colors that I'm going to use so that they're ready to go. And I just need to unplug my tablet and bring it into my eyesight so that I can answer the questions as well. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. So, oh, there we go. All right, let's get this started. Let me turn my palettes and get some water going. Anyway, so, yeah, I hope you enjoy what we're doing. And I'm definitely going to come back in and make a few more vids finishing this page so that if you're interested in doing it, you can definitely get involved. So what I'm going to do first is just wet little areas that I'm going to start doing so that they have a nice base of water to have the watercolor sit on. So the first question we had, because we're doing this ring page, was what's your favorite jewelry item? And I know it's going to sound crazy because if you've been following my channel at all, you haven't seen it. But I like to wear rings a lot. And I usually wear quite a few, maybe 6 or 7. But with the being stuck at home so much lately, I haven't really worn any. So nobody's really getting to see that. Sorry, this is a little harder than I thought since I'm dealing with water. And I need to get myself a paper towel. So I'm sorry you're going to hear me rolling around and digging at my paper towels, which won't come off the roll, of course. There we go. So yeah, I really like to wear rings a lot. And I tend to wear silver. Fun fact about me, I'm allergic to gold. My skin turns black. And I used to have well, I still have it, but I have a beautiful necklace that's gold. And yeah, if I wear it and I have like a white t-shirt on or whatever, the black shows up on the shirt too. It's a lot. And I'm not thrilled with that. I've always preferred silver, but I'd also prefer not to have anything that I'm allergic to, So options are gone for me. And in case you're into what I'm doing, I am just smudging different colors of the purple paint around. I'm not really making too much effort. The black is going to come in because I'm going to add it into some colors inside the when I'm mixing the paints, just to make the colors slightly darker. All right. This is a little complicated. There we go. That makes me feel a lot better. All right. So you saw my little cards, and you see that this is working fairly well on the cards. And I was talking to Sarah earlier today, and I said that's the thing with the backgrounds. I can practice them, repeatedly. It doesn't really matter because once I get to doing it, it's going to look different, or, I might not get the same effect that I wanted. Right now, I'm just mixing up some paints because I don't have enough made up. So forgive me. Well, it doesn't look like we're doing anything. So yeah, I'll do the next question. And the next one is a favorite memory. I don't know. That one's a little difficult. I would say, honestly, one of my favorite memories is senior year of high school. I switched schools like in 10th grade. So senior year of high school, I had already met the requirements for a lot of my credits. And I think I needed like a math class was the last thing I needed to graduate from high school. And just out in the water again. So when I met with guidance, before the start of my senior year, my guidance counselor was like, well, what do you want to focus on this year, since you have your year and you don't really have much left to do in it? And I said, I don't know what to do. And you could do like work study, where you left school halfway through the day. And I definitely didn't want to do that. And I didn't have a vehicle either in my senior year of high school. Fun fact, I didn't learn to drive till I was 20. So yeah, I didn't have a vehicle. I didn't have any way of doing any of the work study stuff, and I really didn't want to. So we talked about that, and then it was like, what do you want to do? So I wound up taking every art class that I could that was offered in my school, which was a lot. I was lucky in that respect. So I took like jewelry making and a cloisonne class where you did the enamel with the metals. I took a pottery course. I just spent my entire day in the art wing, and it was so much fun. So I think that would be my favorite memory, is just being able to like play all day basically, and for it to count for my grades. Yeah, that would be my favorite. Don't know where my rag went. Okay, there it is. Just want to dry off my brush a little bit so I can come back in with this. The light purple, I think it was Mystic is the light one. And my tablet keeps shutting off because I'm not shutting up. So there's that. Anyway, so yeah, favorite memory. Favorite music to listen to while coloring. I tend to watch other streamers while I color. And if I'm not watching streamers, then I'm watching video game streamers. And then if I'm not doing that, I like way too many different kinds of musics to list. But I will say that I do listen to a lot of like the Grateful Dead, Janis Joplin, if I'm in that kind of mood. And if I'm not, it's like 80s punk and new wave. Like that's my high school music. And then growing up with my dad, I got all the hippie stuff. So I'm into a little bit of all of it. I am just smudging paint everywhere, and we're going to hope for the best because that's what I do. And I hope you're in frame for this. I'm going to turn this a little. But yeah, so I listen to a lot of different music. I don't have one specific genre or one specific taste. It's whatever I feel like. And then when I met my partner, my music, I added some like heavy metal to it. I listen to a lot of rap. I'm trying to think. I'm on the middle color. Okay. Yeah, so it's all over the place. And it's just based on mood. And it does sometimes affect what I'm coloring. So it's pretty neat. Okay, what's next? Favorite meal. Well, I'm an eater, so that's impossible. Basically anything I want to eat is my favorite meal if I'm in the mood for it. But I really like pasta. And now that we're in the cold weather, it's everything I can make in a crock pot. So like 9 million soups. You know, whatever I feel like. Favorite snacks and candies. Now I answered this in the Halloween tag. You could feed me Reese Cups all dang day. I love them. So that would be my favorite candy. And for snacks, it's all over the place. If I decide to have a snack, I'll eat most anything. We had gotten the snack box. I think it's called the Yum Box. I got it for David for Christmas last year. And it's like snacks from other countries. I'm always afraid to come up on the edge of the book because I always wind up on the other side of the page. But yeah, it's like snacks from other countries. And that was a lot of fun. We had like pork flavored potato chips. I'm trying to think of what we got in those. But yeah, snacks or whatever. If I have a craving, that's when I get something specific. Got to give us a little turn here. And we're going to come into the corner. So yeah, what's next? My favorite drink. I don't drink a lot of caffeine. I try not to drink a lot of caffeine. But my favorite, like my wake up juice, my morning thing is Diet Coke. I've never... Oh, please don't get mad at me for this one because I know I'm going to offend so many people. Hold on, unpopular opinion, but I don't drink coffee. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of it. I've never drank it because it's just always smelled disgusting to me. So, yeah, I know that like is weird because I'm an adult and when I was younger, everybody said, oh, when you get older, you'll love coffee. I don't know what they're talking about. So my favorite drink would be Diet Coke. I drink a lot of seltzer. I like bubbles. And seltzer's nice and easy, and it does count for my water intake for the day. So I like that. Oh, this tablet, it just keeps turning off. Every time I look back up to answer a question, it's done. I gotta go in and fix the settings. Gosh, I hope you can see. So, okay, so my favorite drink was done. Okay. Let me see. I should have just wrote them on a piece of paper. Why go technical when you can go old school, right? My favorite color. You're looking at one of them. I love purples and pinks the most. It's really just whatever makes me happy at the time. I also like oranges and yellows together. I mean, a color, so I have lots of favorite colors. But, yeah. Like if I'm buying myself something cute, not clothing though. Clothing is mostly black. But if I buy a cute thing, it's usually pink. Like a cute pencil case or something, it'll be pink. Teal is another one that I love. So, yeah, it's all over the place there. So this is messy, you know. And I'm going to clean it up as I go. You know, I'll add more color here and there and make it match up so there won't be these big lines. And then anything that goes inside of the lines of the ring is easily fixed with pencil. So I'm not overly concerned. Just getting a little more water on my page. I mean, that's the thing with doing an idea of what you want to do on a piece of watercolor paper and then coming into a coloring book. Because on the watercolor paper, you can tape it down and it doesn't move. And, you know, it's more suited for the medium. In the book, you get what you get. So we'll see what happens. All right, I think I've moved enough around there. What's next? My favorite coloring book artist. You know, we came up with these questions together, and there's legit, like, how does one even decide that? Every day it changes. I mean, I'm sure there's people that are like 100%, this is my favorite, whatever. I don't necessarily have favorites, I guess. Or if I do, they're interchangeable or they change per day. I'm sorry if you keep hearing that noise. It's my chair is so squeaky. And every time I move, it just like clicks. It's old, but it's also hot pink leather, and I'm never getting rid of it. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing about that. And in case you're worried about the bleed through on this, it may. But I'm not caring about that. The other page is some flowers that, if I'm really being honest with myself, I'm probably not going to ever color. So I'm not going to let them bother me. First time coloring and how I started, that is definitely in my Meet Me video, which I did say I would link below. So just a quick recap. I never stopped coloring. So there is no first time. I guess maybe like 3 when somebody handed me some crayons was the first time I colored. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble keeping an eye on you being in frame and working with the water before it dries. So yeah, I've been coloring forever. And how I started was somebody gave me crayons. And I said, okay, I like this. And then kept doing it. So that's that story. It's not very interesting. And I never stopped. I just had to start buying like geometric print books from like the art stores because they used to sell them. They were still coloring books. They were like, I don't know, like the pattern books we have now, but they were all geometric and you just filled them in, and I used Sharpies or whatever markers I had lying around. I enjoyed doing that a lot. So when adult coloring became a thing and there were books available kind of like everywhere, I was still doing the markers in the cute little books, and then found Joanna Bassford, and then it was over from there because there was just ways to draw color things that other people drew because I was drawing my own things. And I'm not great at drawing, so, you know, I can draw things that look serviceable. If I tell you it's a horse, you know it's a horse, but it's not good. And that was really horrible to try and color pictures that were less than satisfying. So, yeah, I was really happy when we came up with real books. I got to get some more black into this purpley blue. And I got to get some more purpley blue. And give everybody some more wet. Sorry, I'm talking to myself a little bit here. Okay, next question. Oh, somehow I just blew this up. Okay. Why we are on YouTube? Well, again, I answered that in the About Me video, but this is because we're supposed to be talking, so I'll play along. I joined YouTube because I've been coloring forever. I started posting my pictures on Instagram in like 2016. I mean, if anybody wants to like scroll back through my like 500 pictures and find out, you're welcome. But I think it was 2016 when I started posting. I know when I did my About Me video, I did like a year in review after that of every year, just like a slideshow of the pictures I had done. And yeah, they started in 2016 that I can find on my computer. So I did that. So I started YouTube because I was coloring for so long. And with the pandemic, I've gotten stuck in the house. And I have some health issues that make like leaving the house pretty difficult because like I don't know what pain flare-ups are going to happen. And, you know, it's a lot to deal with. So I thought it would be fun to do YouTube because I could meet other people who also color and, you know, have people to talk to that are into the stuff I'm into. I mean, I have my friend base here at home, but they're not into this, you know. So it's nice to be able to like I was talking to Ever from Ever's Color Corner the other day, and like they were like, I'm so glad to have somebody to like discuss pencils with, and it sounds silly or whatever, but yeah, I like, can you imagine like your regular friends that don't color and just being like, oh, so I got these new pencils and this is how they work and I don't know if I like them. Like, they don't care. I mean, you know, it's like that with everybody's hobbies, I think. Like, you're into your hobby, but everybody isn't, you know. Hold on, just getting more paint. So yeah, I started it to make friends, to meet people who like the same things I do. When I originally started my YouTube channel 2 years ago, it was because friends of mine had asked me how I did something, and I wanted to show them. So I made a YouTube channel so I could just run in there and show them what I was doing. And other people watched it, and I was going to do it. And it just seemed like a lot of effort because I didn't have the skills I needed. I know that sounds silly now because I'm learning them all, but I didn't know them then. And it felt very complicated and, I don't know, word bulky. Like, it just felt wrong. So I just stopped. And if I would have been doing it longer then, I'd know more than I do now, I guess. But I didn't take that opportunity. So that was the original start, was just to show somebody how to do something I had done. And then I left. And now I'm back. And the only reason I'm doing it is because I want to make friends with other people. And if it helps somebody along the way, then good. Sorry, I keep trying to touch this thing so it doesn't give up on me. Oh, my favorite video I ever made. Well, I haven't made many, so I don't know if I have a favorite yet. I enjoyed doing, and this is really funny because it's the ones that don't have any, really, like, any views. I did, a color with me thing about, it's Hanna Karlzon too, grains of gold. And I did it in 5 parts. It took forever. I learned so many things about like editing and like making videos. I mean, I won't say I got good at it. I learned a lot. And yeah, that was my favorite series I did. It just doesn't it doesn't have any views, really. And I never saw if anybody colored along with it. Like I just did Larisa May's Kawaii Witch, and that one had people coloring along with it. So that was nice. What's the next question? Favorite pencils. That's up there with the favorite books. I don't know. It changes daily. Like whatever I'm in the mood for is what I color with. This has got a lot of blue going on. Hold on. And I'm coming up to weird edges and I don't, it's hard for me to talk. So let me just get in here. And of course my brush is gonna fight me on it. I do get overly cautious. I try not to go inside the lines. I mean, it is fixable, but why fix something if you can just do it right? Or, you know, do it not messy. Because there is no right, that's the other thing. I don't think there's a right way to color. There's just your way. I need a little bit of rag here. Alright, so yeah, favorite pencils, depends on the day. I generally like a harder pencil, but not like, you know, too hard. But polychromos, I love them. I tend to reach for them when I don't know what I want to do. You know, I think Prismacolors are awesome in certain places. I don't think they're necessarily an easier pencil to use. I think they're definitely softer. But yeah, I don't think they're easier. So yeah, those are my pencils, I guess. Polychromos would be my favorite if it was like you have to pick one, it's Polychromos. Favorite medium to work in? Pencils. Always pencils. I do, like I'm doing this with the watercolors. This is not my strong suit, but I like to do it. And I've been playing with markers a lot more, and I don't know what I'm doing there either, but I have a good time. So yeah, if I have to pick a medium, it's gonna have to, like if you were like deserted island kind of nonsense and, you know, you can only bring one thing, it's gonna be the pencils. Morning person or night person? I'm gonna direct this like straight at you, Sarah. You've been here, you know I'm both. I have trouble sleeping, so it's weird. Most people can catch me any time of the day or the night. I take like 4-hour naps in the course of a day and then I'm back at it. Or the course of a 24-hour period is what I should call it, because it's not a day for me. Alright, so I have the first layer of this and it looks like trash. And it's wet, so you can't really see too much. But down the bottom, you can see it's trashy. And I'll go back in and do it again and it'll be less trashy. Okay, let's get to the rest of these. Favorite animal, hands down, red pandas if it's something I can't have. Cats if it's an animal I'm allowed to have. I need to let this dry a little bit. So we're going to do that because I can't really throw more stuff at it without hurting it. But we can look at the other side and see that. No, you can't, but I can. Hold on. There's no bleed through yet. So we'll see. Yeah, favorite animal that I have is a cat. I generally prefer cats, and if I couldn't have it, but it's an awesome animal, is red pandas. I actually collect those, like figurines and stuffies and things like that. Ideal vacation, out of my range, but most definitely it would be Venice. And my ideal vacation for just like regular life, I get to go somewhere. I just like to go to the beach. Favorite shop for supplies is anywhere where I find them. Anywhere. I don't care. Honestly, I tend to buy a lot from Amazon because it's readily available. I don't really like that, but it's fine. I'll buy stuff anywhere. Yeah, so that's the end of the questions, and we're well over our 20-minute mark. I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to come back next time and show you a finished background, and then get to work on that ring. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. Check out Louise Colouring 41. She's got some awesome videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.